Most EPC companies say we have processes, but still problems keep repeating. Procurement delays repeat, drawing mismatches repeat, building rejections repeat, quality NCRs repeat, store shortages repeat. If the problem repeats, the process is incomplete. Welcome back to EPC Sadhana and welcome to episode 3 of series 1. Today in episode 3, we will decode what makes a process truly robust and why most EPC frameworks fail long before implementation. Today we'll be covering little bit theory, but don't worry, we are not going to cover bookish knowledge. This theory is important as all of us should understand certain basics. Let me start with a small story. At one project, the client asked the team, "Show me your procurement process." The team proudly opened a folder. It had a 4-page document labeled Procurement Process, a separate SOP created last year, a workflow someone made in Excel, and a RASI chart made for a tender presentation. All 4 things were different, none matched. No one was sure which one was correct. This is the reality in many cases. Everyone has documentation, but no one has a framework. Today, we'll fix that. In EPC, people change, teams change, vendors change, sites change. The only one thing that can keep outcomes consistent is a robust process framework, and that is the real differentiator of a strong framework from a weak framework. Let us see what are the 5 components of a robust EPC process framework. They are process, procedure, SOP, workflow, and RASI. If any one of these is missing or unclear, the entire system becomes shaky. One caution: this is one of the way to understand the EPC process framework, and I've taken this only for illustration and explanation. Actual framework adopted by organizations might be different. Please check the same. Let's break each one down with EPC examples. A process is the big picture. It answers what are the major steps from start to finish. It shows the flow, not the micro steps. Think of a process as the chapter. It tells you what needs to happen, not the granular step by step. Few examples could be project planning is a process, quality control is another process. Let's see why EPC struggles. Many companies jump to SOPs without defining the process. So teams follow different routes and results vary. So what's the takeaway? If your process is unclear, your people will create their own process. So this is an example of a procurement process. Start to finish, how it runs. It provides direction, not detailed instructions. A procedure describes how the process steps should be performed. It answers what to do in what sequence, using what tools or formats. If process is the chapter, the procedure is the condensed explanation of how to execute it. So what's the EPC pain point? If procedures are missing, two supervisors will do the same job in two different ways. So what's the takeaway? A process tells what happens. A procedure tells how to do it correctly. Let's take an example to understand what is actually a procedure is. We'll take an example on vendor evaluation procedure. Here a clear criteria is defined along with the weightages and scoring methodology. This ensures objectivity and repeatability. That means the same vendor gets the same score regardless of who evaluates. So a procedure gives how to perform a step in the process. What is an SOP? An SOP is the standard way to perform a specific task. Think of it as the minimum expectation every time by everyone. Why EPC struggles with SOPs? Because many SOPs exist, but no one reads them, or they are too long, or they contradict site reality. So, what is the takeaway? SOPs must be practical, short, relevant, and actually usable at site. Standard operating procedure example. So, SOP transform complex construction tasks into repeatable, quality assured steps. For critical activities like concrete pouring, a structured SOP removes dependency on individual experience alone. With clear documentation, any qualified team member can execute the task while maintaining quality standards and compliance requirements. Due to the time constraint, I've divided the episode 3 into two parts. This is the end of the part 1 and do watch part 2 of episode 3.